Okay, everybody, we're back for another one today. It's been a little while. I'm sorry. I've been a little behind. Last week I didn't get my video out in time. This week, like I didn't even have a video prepared. Though I do finally have time now. Life was kind of getting busy in terms of work and doing philosophy things. I was at a nice philosophy conference last week, and this week I had a due date to get an article back to the British Journal for the History of Philosophy. So I was focusing on just writing nonstop, but that article was sent in last night. Got to play some more Corey Seal Cutter at my local shop. Classic Thursday Night Legacy. We've been doing really well with Corey Seal Cutter. Having a break from Doomsday has been pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm currently 27-1 with Corey Seal Cutter at my local metagame, at least. I've been getting crushed in some of the games on Magic Online when I've been playing with Corey Seal Cutter, but I did manage to pick up this sweet plateau. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can see it. I have to get a plateau with some store credits, so I've now got some more dual lands for commander purposes, or if the Epic Storm ever goes back to playing Silences or Orm's Chance or whatever the hell it was. You never know when you might need a really nice plateau. It's always good to have probably exactly one plateau, right? In any case, yeah, so we're here today. And I don't even remember when the Legacy Showcase was, to be honest. I haven't even logged on to Magic Online for like 3 weeks. So I've just been playing like Paper Legacy, just been chilling out, kind of taking a bit of a break. But our boy Wakame is basically pushing the Doomsday boulder for all of us, hence the name. Wakame is Sisyphus. Today we're going to try out his second place Doomsday list from the recent Legacy Showcase challenge. I got pretty excited when I saw this deck. In fact, like, you'll know that when I first started playing Doomsday and recording these videos for the channel, at least, my first video was an Esper Doomsday deck that had Tamiyo's instead of the One Rings in it. And this Wakame list is, like, in some respects pretty similar to that. We have basically very similar deck to Mark Tobias's list, which is one of my favorite Doomsday decks of all time. I prefer these slower, dirtly kind of combo control variations. But instead of playing the One Ring, we've got 4 copies of the good old Tamiyo Inquisitive Student, which is such a fun Magic card to play with. What does this list have going for us? We've got 17 lands. That's one more than Doomsday usually gets to play. We don't really look at this part. There's so many lands here that don't tap for black mana. So I feel like when we're playing this version of the deck, it's really like Doomsday's kind of like you treat it as a two card combo. It's Dark Ritual Doomsday, not always just Doomsday. So we'll have to be maybe careful with the way that we're fetching. This list does not have any discard spells in it, which is pretty fascinating to me. But I guess that you don't need to worry about Consign if your opponent can't cast it if you have a Teferi out, right? So yeah, the last time I played Doomsday on the channel, I was doing Doomsday for Blue Soup, where I had 4 Veils of Summer in the main deck, and the Veils felt excellent. And Teferi is kind of like another Veil of Summer, right? It does certain different things. It's really good against Disruptor Flute. It turns off a bunch of different kinds of hate that your opponent has. And so, like, playing Teferi seems pretty sweet to me. And the only thing that worries me a little bit is with, like, some of the rise of Blue-Red Delver recently. Teferis just get eaten alive by Pyroblasts. But yeah, these things happen, right? A daze will eat it too. I don't know what else to say about this. It's been a while since I played Doomsday. But I'm here for it. Let's see what happens. I can't promise that I'm gonna do things right, but I hope that we're along for the ride here. I need to remember that we only have one Cycler in our deck, and one Thassa's Oracle in our deck, and I need to remember that we also only have one of each Cyclers in our deck. If you start playing blue-black Doomsday a lot, you get used to having like 6 Cyclers or 4 Cyclers, and then you like play this slower deck, and you're like, oh shit! Like, you build up, like, you might cast Doomsday like expecting that you can make some kind of like multiple Cycler pile, and then you get a rude awakening when you look at your deck and you're like, oh yeah, I only got one more of these in here. So yeah, let's see how it happens. We've got an opponent already, Pastrata. I feel like we played against Pastrata at some point recently. I have no idea what they play. My goodness, this hand does not do what we're hoping for it to do, and so I think we got a mullet. We're looking for a land here, right? No bueno. No lands for us. This hand, on the other hand, strikes me as the kind of hand that I'm looking for. We have a rampant growth here in the form of Edge of Autumn, which is kind of interesting. Though, like, part of me just wants to bin the Edge and just say, like, yeah, we're not really that close to putting Doomsday on the stack anyways, so we'll worry about that when it comes to it. I kind of just want to lead on Undercity Sewers here, but I suppose I should just play Flooded Strand and pass. Again, I think I'm passing here. Like, we don't really know what our opponent's playing. We might need to force plus Days plus Veil if they're on like some super egregious oops opening or something. Elvish Reclaimer. I think I'm happy dazing that actually. And I think we're going to daze it off a Trop, though I'm not 100% sure if that's the right call. Okay. Doing this, like, this puts them so far off thinking that we're Doomsday, too. It's like, why would we ever do this? Now we're going to jam an Undercity Sewers tapped. Another land's not terrible. I'll keep it. I don't know what I'm doing with Doomsday anymore. I'm looking at these cards and I just feel so confused. I feel so bloody confused. Yeah, the second one you can have. Bayou. Hilarious. What you naming? Reanimate. Sure. Makes sense. Gotta respect the Reanimator. So we should probably start pondering here at some point, shouldn't we? We're going to draw a land. So that's nice. I'm actually going to lead on the old ponder here. Those aren't quite what we're looking for. The Dark Ritual's kind of neat. Yikes, shnikes. All right. The good old Veil of Summer, huh? They're going to attack, or they're going to start... Yeah, they're going to go for the Wasteland plan here, which is pretty good for them. Tamiyo, not too shabby. Tamiyo is not too shabby. So we will cast that. We'll pass. Kind of wish I had another Surveil land, not going to lie here. Our Undercity Sewers is going to get Wastelanded, but we do still have triple black for Doomsday, which is nice. I guess there's also a world where we just die to like a Merit Lage. Yeah, that's the world we're living in, isn't it? Christ. We need them to play a black spell so we can draw a card off this Veil. Shucks. Now what? Wow, this is so unfortunate. Like, I feel like attacking and making a clue doesn't really do a whole lot for us. We're just dead. Oh, I should, I guess, play out this Lotus Petal so I can hardcast a Force. But we just got to chump block a 20/20 with our Tamiyo and then hope our opponent plays a black spell so we can draw a spell that draws a card into a Doomsday. But something tells me they're just going to get their Sajuri Step or Phase land, and Bob will be their uncle. Alrighty. That'll do it. The old Sajuri Step. The fuck is existence? I'm so out of the Doomsday state of mind right now. I couldn't even tell you anything about anything. But I feel like these removal spells aren't necessarily bad. I also feel like these Veil of Summers weren't the greatest, but they could be pressuring us with Thought Seizes. But also, like, do we care? I don't know. What other black cards do they have that we would be concerned about? Do we want Shieldred? Probably not. Do we want Force of Negation? Potentially, but nah. I guess we could bring in Nihil Spellbomb too if they're playing Endurance. Maybe one Spelly Bee. But then we're like having to cut a couple more cards. Teferi seems pretty good. Teferi's good enough against Endurance, right? Honestly, Tamiyo doesn't seem that good. Let's get that thing out of here. Okay. Oh, I guess, do we need Cavern of Souls? Maybe Tamiyo is better than Cavern. They could also have Orcish Bowmasters, which I suppose is a reason to have access to a Veil of Summer. So let's do this. Okay. We're definitely keeping this hand. We're going to lead on Polluted Delta. We can protect our Doomsday. from with a brainstorm. So I actually think we'd lead on Pluto Delta plus Lotus Petal. Then yeah, we kind of see what how things shake out from there. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go like that. This also plays around Deafening Silence to some extent too, which is a card they could have if they're on Abzan. As much as I love Doomsday, I haven't really been loving it recently. It's just too stressful to play. Gets my anxieties turning in the wrong kind of way. Dark Depths to the bin into Yava Maya. Oh, now we can play our Veil of Summers. So here we do go for the fetch. We've got the Tundra in hand already, so I think we grab Underground Sea. They might name Doomsday, right? Like, especially since we played the pedal out. So I'm just gonna jam this Brainstorm. Wow, Street Wraith is pretty bloody gassy, isn't it? Let's put like this, and then we'll let them resolve. Yeah, I mean, we knew you were gonna do that. I thought they might like readjust, right? Because of course I don't keep the Doomsday in hand. Do they have endurance, do you think? Oh man, I kind of just want to go for it. Do they have endurance too? Endurance plus green card would just get us so hard. Like if we pass, then we have to like start contending with cards like Disruptor Flute. But maybe that's all fine and good. All well and good, as they say. Let's jam the namesake here. So we can kill here, right? Like we just Street Wraith into Lotus Petal and do the thing. We could also like build a pile with like Teferi on top, which is like kind of interesting too. Or we could just say, you're dead, opponent. But I kind of don't mind actually. Alrighty. Stitcher's Supplier, huh? Are they going to name Street Wraith? I'll cycle here. I don't want them to name Street Wraith. They'll probably name Brainstorm. Maybe they'll name Plow now. They probably name Brainstorm. Brainstorm, sure. That shuts off our Force of Will action, but that's fine. Let's hopefully they don't have one more thing. Now the question is like, are they going to attack us? It's a 3-turn clock. They probably don't attack us, I would imagine. Let's play Teferi. Do we send the Reclaimer packing? Cancel. I don't even know that we send the Reclaimer packing. I actually think we just tick up. We'll pass. If I send the Reclaimer packing, they can like get Dryad Arbor, right? And then they can kill Teferi. And the whole reason we did this was so that we could ideally not lose to like endurance. This isn't going to be enough. Another Stitcher Supplier. Yep. Okay. Now maybe they attack the Teferi. Attacking face. Sure. Interesting. Letting me have a bounce here is like pretty crazy, isn't it? I guess I'll bounce the Reclaimer. Play a Thassa's Oracle. Yep. That about seems right. I love Teferi. I miss it so much. So they're leaning a little harder into the black than I was thinking. Veil of Summer is not the best though on the draw, is it? Maybe I do want to nail Spellbomb. Why are they playing Stitcher Suppliers? I'm so out of the loop now. There's like technologies. Pastrata is dealing with technologies here that I didn't even really know existed. Well, I knew Stitcher Supplier existed. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I suppose on the draw, Days doesn't seem as fruitful to me. And so maybe we could trim a couple of Dazes. We could bring in one nil Spellbomb. We could bring in a Shieldred. We could bring a Tameo back in. We can also play Force of Negation as a possible card that maybe does something against a random hate piece. Question mark. This what I'm gonna do anyways. Ooh, okay. Let's keep this one. Opponent snap kept to Hogak. Yeah, it's pretty good. You haven't seen the Gak in a while, eh? The Dark Ritual Doomsday. We've only got one Oracle though, eh? Probably want an island. Maybe we want a Tundra. Man, I really wish I had two Oracles in my deck now. The fact that I've only got one is a little scary. This feels like a double Oracle pile to me. Is there any way I can put Teferi onto the stack next turn? I could put Teferi onto the stack next turn by going like Petal. Oh, that's not quite right. Because then we can't actually have the Oracle in our pile. So we might want a Brainstorm. Get rid of some of these Petals. Sorry, I'm short circuiting. Boss's Oracle, a Force of Will. Get rid of this Teferi. A Brainstorm, a Thassa's Oracle, a Force of Will, a Consider, or another land. Does something like this work? They probably play Wasteland. I don't like this pile one bit, but it is the pile that we're going to go with, I think. And we're just going to hope they don't have a Wasteland. Maybe that was just egregious, losing to Wasteland when we have 3 fetches in hand. Thoughtseize, that ain't going to do it. Mm-hmm. No Wasteland, it seems. So we go end step, cast Brainstorm. Bowman. I think we beat Bowman here. Land on top, land on top. Bowmasters pings us to 5. It's looking like Bob's going to be our uncle here. Draw for turn. Do they have surgical? Yeah, that ain't going to do it, brother. My Oracle's in my hand. Yep. Just fetch an upkeep. Draw our island. Go to our turn. Cast our Thassa's Oracle with Force of Will back up. There we go. Weird pile. That's kind of how I was envisioning it going down, but we certainly were dead to a Wasteland, but we just didn't quite have enough cards at our disposal to make that happen. To beat the Wasteland by putting another land in our pile. Now, if like one of our fetches in hand wasn't a fetch, you know, and the Manosaurus, we would have been in a much safer spot there. But sometimes you gotta roll the risques, right? We didn't see a Wasteland in any of those games, so we can assume our opponent's playing some number of Wastelands because they are a Elvish Reclaimer deck. But in any case, Wakame is getting us the goods so far. Let's see what our next opponent brings us. This deck's like fun because it kind of challenges you to make different kinds of piles than you would in a normal blue-black, and that can be advantageous in certain spots, but not advantageous in other spots. Capybara fanboy. I love capybaras. Just saying. Adventures with Tar. Tarmo. Don't know what that means. I'm not versed. One bitty bit. I kind of wish we could listen to jazz. Wow, Tamio's a wizard. Fucking hell, man. You'll love to see it. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep this hand. It can go wrong in a plethora of ways, I'm sure. But yeah. We got a Tamio. I don't think oh, Mulda 5, we're fucked. We're dead. Mulda 4, we're so dead. Maybe I should have been, well, yeah, interesting. Interesting. This smells like oops all spells, which is fine. I don't mind playing against oops, despite what people think about playing against oops. I personally do not mind it. Flooded Strand. Okay. Oh, shit. Our opponent just got mighty unlucky on the old Muldafor. The old Muldafor fetch play dumb wizard. Okay. Yeah, I mean that can be good. We shall see though. That's not a bad draw. Um yeah, let's tango. I'm here to tam if you want to tam. Sure. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Actually, that's so fucking funny. I could have caverned it out. Sure. Okay. Yep. No bueno. We'll pass. I don't know that I'm supposed to cavern it out, right? Because the cavern doesn't let us play Doomsday, and the cavern also just like telegraphs immediately to our opponent what we're playing, right? Like if I lead on cavern named Wizard, you know I'm up to no good. Halle, whoa. Am I just supposed to jam here? I kind of think I am. I kind of think that I am. Let's name Wizard off that. They've burned their days. They need Force Blue card here, I think. I don't think they have it. Yeah. Didn't think so. So we've got Thassa already lined up. We've already got the edge in hand, which we can't, like, I would love to put a Force on top of our deck, on top of the old Decorino. I suppose we still can. I suppose that we still actually can. So we put Force on top, and then we draw Street Wraith, and then Street Wraith can put us to our island if we like desperately need it. And then I suppose we could have days plus something else underneath that. We'll just make it a Teferi. Well, no, that's stupid. I always say never to do that, so we shouldn't just do random things like that. So we float. This has to work, right? Done. This has to work. It just has to work. It just can't be another way. So we're going to put days on the bottom with Ponder on top, followed by Island, Street Wraith, Force of Will. But then I guess we'll pass. How good is your Tamiyo now, opponent? Thank God it's not a Delver of Secrets. That's all this boy's saying. If they don't present white mana here as well, that's like super good for us because then we don't even need to worry about Plow. I don't think they're going to play like a 1 mana like Vapor Snag or something like that, right? So we're going to go Bluesy. We'll sack the Cavern. We'll cycle Street Wraith. We'll play Island, and now we get to Days, right? Like this is exactly what the doctor was kind of ordering here. Now we can consider bin Ponder, draw Days, empty our deck, and then have Days plus Force backup. Yeah, seems pretty good to me. Okay, so opponent's playing Blues. They're on the Blues. We want Shieldreds. They showed us Days, which means they're probably playing some kind of tempo shenanigans, which leads me to think that it would be a wise idea to jam these cards, and then we need to decide whether we want to kind of go into a controlling manner, take a controlling posture here. We're on the draw, so I don't mind shrimming up a couple of the Days Arenos. Love me a Teferi, love me a Veil of Summer. This is like, you know, man, what is existence? What is fucking existence? I'm used to like trimming a cycler, but we can't really, I don't think, do that here. It's like if I want to bring in, I don't mind cutting petals. We could cut LED. Like we might not want to actually just 3 lotus petals for Carpet of Flowers, and then we actually, I don't know if we want these endings too. It could be like overkill. We could just cut all the artifacts. How fucking stupid is that? Might not be stupid at all, actually. It might not be stupid at all. Because if you think about it, these carpets are kind of like the artifacts, right? Then from there, we're on the draw. I guess we could trim another days, though things are starting to feel a little fishy to me. Then maybe we could trim a force as well because we're already cutting our blue cards into the dirt. That doesn't seem right. Ponder doesn't seem right. Maybe I'll only bring in one ending. How dumb is this? This just kind of turns us into control, right? I kind of don't mind it. I kind of don't mind it. Let's give it an old shot. Let's see if I'm dumb or not. I really don't know how to sideboard with this particular variation of the deck. But Eureka, our good boy Eureka, showed me a tweet where Wakame was basically just like, I told him to trust in the carpet, and so we will fucking do the same. The good old turn one tropical island carpet of flowers play. Our opponent could daze us into the old dirt. Okay, so they're playing probably Reanimator. Maybe I've just misjudged. I don't know. Maybe I've just misjudged like in totally what's going on. Maybe I was supposed to bring in the old Nihil spell bombs. So we got a Ponder Shuffle. That's pretty gassé. I think I'm gonna just. Well, so we could jam the carpet come what may here, or we could just pass with Veil up. Jam the carpet next turn around a Dazerino. I kind of don't mind that. Bowmasters is going to have to be on the menu here too. The old Brainstorm is kind of annoying. But I kind of just want them to Thoughtseize us here, right? They surely would have Thoughtseize us last turn, though, if they had one. Yep. If they get the days here too, it could be crippling. I love that they played their fetch before doing that. Like, I guess they're playing around our days by doing that, but the fact that they don't have Wasteland. Yeah, they do have the days, don't they? Am I supposed to try to windmill this into a force? The thing is, what, they're going to take my Carpet of Flowers? It's not even the end of the world. Then they can't cast Bowmasters. Yeah. Yeah, you can hit me with the old Thoughter Seas. The old Thought Not Seas. I have to remember that I don't have LED in my deck, though. They probably take Carpet here. Maybe they take Street Wraith. Yeah, Carpet's certainly the skipper. They have another Thoughtseize. They do. What's this one going to take? Just a Brainstorm, for sure. Okay, interesting. Draw for turn. It's a Polluti D. That's not bad. Are they going to daze this Brainstorm? They are not. This Shieldred is sick. It's so risky, though. Put back Street Wraith. I'm not playing Bayou. It's doubtful we're actually going to need to Veil again. So I think I'll go like that. I guess that was stupid. I'm just supposed to put the Shieldred on top. Is this a Merc? Yeah, we're going to force the Merc here. Yeah, not bad. Okay. And now I think I'm just going to draw the land, play the land pass. And then if I can hit like a Dark Ritual or something, that would be swell. Wasteland, very good. Wasteland is so crippling. Yikes. Yeah, our carpet would have got dazed anyways, but man, a carpet would be sick right now, huh? Are they not wastelanding? Yeah, I'm not going to fetch land. Oh no, I knew it was a Street Wraith. Damn it. But I feel like if I fetch, then they wasteland. I'm going to cycle this Wraith here. Daze. All right. Pass. Flash in Brazen Borrower. I guess we'll hit it with our single copy of Daze. I just don't want them to... I don't really want them to have all of those things. But now they're going to waste us, right? Assuredly. Assuredly they're going to waste us. We're hanging on for dear life here, but we need something juicy soon here. Not much seems to be true. The Veil would have been so good too. if they didn't have the days. Wow. Ah. Oh me, oh my. Doomsday till the day we die. Yeah, I was kind of worrying about that when I cycled that. I actually had that thought. That's not good. Now they're going to waste us too. Yeah. Um Fetch and end step. Grab Undercity Sewers. We're really just looking for Dark Ritual at this point. We got to hope they don't have. Well, that's not bad. We can sneak one of those through now. Brainstorm's fine. I think Brainstorm's fine. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're gonna lose to our own Street Wraith. Oh, what are we targeting? Yep. Okay, so now we need to draw basically land into Dark Ritual exactly. This is obnoxious. This Reanimator deck is so fucking good, I feel like. It's pretty powerful. All right, land please. Never lucky. Oh, we got absolutely clobbered there. I think we get one more shot at this. Puts us to 6. Land. Now we're dead, I believe. Yeah, I think we're dead. I don't think there's any possible combination of things that get us out of that chestnut. Was cutting petals stupid? I don't think so. I kind of don't mind this. Now we know that they're on Reanimator. We might want to bring in like some of these. We probably don't need the Priz ending. And can I cut a Doomsday? Tameo I could cut. Maybe I'll cut a Plow. A Plow seems all right, though. You know what? Maybe I will cut a Doomsday. Call me crazy. That's what I'm going to do. Jesus Christ. Mulligan. Sure. Doomsday on the bottom. Done. I think I'm going to force to protect Carpet of Flowers here. At least they can't daze it. Yeah, it's in. Okay, that's great. The carpet is great, I feel like. Now, if they thought sees us, they could take our Doomsday. We'll play Tameo. If they take our Tameo, and we're getting closer to a Doomsday. They're going to bleed on basic Swamp here to shut off the carpet, sure. They're not going to be able to do that forever, though, I hope. Yep. I suppose they'll end up taking Tameo here. It's got to be one of these two, I feel like. Brainstorm, yep. Oh, that'll do it. I think I'm still going to play out this distraction, honestly. I think I'm still going to play out the distraction. I could have held it, right? But, yeah. Are they just going to, like... I don't know that they can win by never playing an island. That would be fucking hilarious. Use Carpet of Flowers ability, no. Let's swing with Tameo. I might just jam a Dark Ritual Doomsday here. Right. Let's see. They probably have Force. Entomb in response. Jesus Christ. Fuck my life, huh? They're actually going to kill us without... Oh, man. I didn't think this was going to resolve. They are going to fucking kill us without playing an island. Carpet of Flowers sucks. Okay. It doesn't suck, but it kind of sucks. There's like so much to worry about here too. Like Consigned to Memory is really annoying. We don't really have our like recourse to beat that card right now. We're going to need probably a brainstorm. Then edge. I kind of wanted a fetch land too. I don't know, something like this might have to do it. I don't know exactly how I envision this to work. Okay, so they did play a blue mana for us, so that's like pretty good. That's like pretty sweet. Okay. I think yes, we add blue. We go brainstorm. Right. I'm actually just dumb. This was supposed to be the cavern. Yo. I'm such a goofus, huh? Oh, and I can't use the edge how I wanted to use it here either. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I think tick up Tameo. Did they shuffle their ponder? This would have been helpful. They shuffled. I'm just going to send it here, I think. Got it. Okay. Wow. All right. So in my head, my dumb little head, I was like, oh, I can like tick up, make extra mana off the edge. Lottie, lottie, lotta. That was so sloppy, but we got there. We could have been dead to fatal push there. There were so many things that could have killed us. I at least, very least, should have had this be the cavern over the tundra. But yeah, we got there somehow. Okay, nice, 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 nice. We'll go on to the next one. LOL for real. Well, yeah, this hand seems sweet. This hand seems awesome. All right. Ancient Tomb. Grim Monolith. Yeah, I think we'll let him have the Grim. Passing. Draw Ponder. What happens if I just flip my Tameo like right now? Is that crazy? Tameo. Go. We have Brainstorm. Wow, remember when Vexing Wobble was legal in this format? Wow. Yeah. What do we got? Something big coming down the pipe here. A big ol' Karn the Great creator. That will be met with the Force of Will. Is this a Trinisphere? If it's Trinisphere, I guess we get to brainstorm too. We just get to do it all in a way. We don't want Thassa. Ponder on top to draw. We can transform our dude. They get a guy. We'll pass. Comes back to us. We'll draw our Ponder. Tick up our Tameo. Play this Flooded Strand. I think we fetch. I'm probably more likely to want white than I am to want blue in this matchup. So I'm going to go for white than I am to want green. So I'm going to go for Tundra Ponder. If we hit Doomsday, that's like really good for us. How good is this Daze? It's probably not that fucking good, is it? I'm going to actually any order shuffle these. Just another Ponder. And I think we're going to any order shuffle those too. That's the Spirit. Okay, now we're set up for a pretty sweet next turn, depending on what our opponent gets up to here. The fact that they burned that Kazi command was sick. And that kind of sucks, doesn't it? What can they get here? Yeah, that's really good. Turns out the Daze would have been kind of sick. Shit. Is there a way to beat this with Edge of Autumn? The fact that our artifacts are turned off here kind of sucks an old chestnut. Oh, they're going to name Edge? Don't name Edge. Please don't name Edge. Edge would be the highest IQ name here. I hope they go for Street Wraith. Oh, Tameo. I mean, fuck me. I'm so dumb. My IQ is very low. Sure, opponent. Now what, huh? We really need brainstorm exactly. Damn. Tamio is turned off from the needle. That's rather unfortunate. Currently, they would have to hit a land in order to get us with the lattice. We can ponder into whatever we want. Is days the best thing we can ponder into here? How do we beat a mycosynth lattice? How the fuck do we beat a mycosynth lattice? It has to just be with a days, right? They just had a couple too many screwballs. Pondering into days is the best we can do, and we just got to hope they don't have a land drop, but they like almost definitely have a land drop. And then there's like the other issue of how we beat the Kozilek's command, but maybe we just can't afford to play around the Kozilek's command. And so wow, this is actually kind of tough. They were so dead if they didn't have the needle in the sideboard, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just can't have a land. They so definitely have a land though. Like their deck is only mana, right? It would be preposterous for them not to have a land. And even there, they can still just get like if they don't have a land, they can get the liquid metal coating. They get the liquid metal coating, and then I'm kind of up shit's creek without a paddle that way too. It's just one too many things stacked on top of one another there. These two in conjunction make it hard. Karn's hard to beat. We forced the first Karn. Like, I felt like we did pretty good there to stop the kinds of things that they were doing. Maybe aggro flipping the Tamio. I should have just let the Tamio die and hold the Brainstorm. Because then I would have had the Brainstorm in my hand there for when I did the Doomsday thing. But I feel like saving the Tamio to set up for these like intricate Edge of Autumn piles seems pretty awesome. Torpor Orb. Yeah, I mean that'll fucking kill us too. Sure. Yep. I guess we were supposed to have a Teferi in our pile there too to beat the Torpor Orb, but I don't know, man. Force of Negation. Prismatic Ending, and then maybe, like, I don't actually hate Shieldred in this matchup. We're on the play, but I think Daze is generally pretty bad. Tamio doesn't strike me as that good either. But nor is Veil of Summer. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess Veils are the first to go. And then we select like 3 of these. So we're on the play. I might actually just run all 4 Dazes on the play and just cut 1, 2, 3 Tamios. I just don't think Tamio's good in this matchup. I just don't think so. But I don't think that any of our other cards are really good in this matchup either. So I guess this is how we're going to do. Daze isn't particularly fruitful either. But yeah, okay. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves here. Got a Force of Negation. We've got a Teferi. Yeah, I'm kind of here for this. It's not the super fast hand that we're looking for, but it does things, and I like doing things. What shall we do here? This will be a turn 1 Ponderino. We'll Daze the Grim Monolith for sure if they've got it, like 100% of the time. We've got Teferi to bounce some like annoying hate piece. I assume my opponent's playing keys and not chalices, but we do have the answer to the chalice here too, and we get to ponder in underneath it if that's the way we want to go as well. Okay, this is like a great matchup for Turbo Doomsday, but this one you're just like a turn slower, and so things get a little more challenging. We'll go for a ponder. Prismatic Ending's nice. Don't really hate. I kind of hate all these cards actually. We're shuffling. We kind of want lands. There's the Namesaker. Am I supposed to jam this Petal? I don't think so. I'm just going to pass. Maybe I am. Dazing here sounds great. What's this needle going to name? If it names Teferi, we're so fucked, right? I'm going to let it go. They probably just named Tameo, maybe. Yeah, okay. That's fine. We boarded all those out. The card sucks. Teferi's the real chestnut. He's the real skipper. Don't do me dirty like this, though, deck. Yeah. All right. 7 cards in hand. Let's go. We get a Teferi next turn, which is pretty swell. Unless we have to daze here. I mean, having to daze here is the reason to not draw the second force. Green Monolith. That's fine. Torpor Orb. I kind of feel like the Orb is also fine. No, I kind of don't want to deal with that card. Playing Teferi here puts us so far from Doomsdaying, but I think there's another Teferi underneath. I think I am just going to do the Teferi here. I'll bounce the Grim Monolith to draw a card, and then we'll slowly just start ticking the Teferi back up. Bouncing the Grim Monolith kind of limits their mana a little bit. There's a world where I just let that Torpor Orb resolve too, because I have the Teferi to bounce it, but there's like other things can go wrong in that world. I'm going to force the Mystic Forge. Yeah, the Saga's really good here. Brainstorm, not a bad chestnut. Now, let's jam the Brainstorm. Grim Monolith. We gotta hope that our forces just stopped them from having the bee's knees. This seems really fucking bad for us. Yep. I guess at least... I don't know, at least anything. What am I saying? At least that's not pointing at us. Manifold Key, that's fine. Untap a Monolith. They have no cards in hand. They can make a stupid construct, sure. I mean, the stupid construct's pretty fucking good. So they have boots in their deck. We're just toasted. We're just a toasty old piece of toast. Well, that one can certainly go to the bin. Brainstorm. Okay. Making another dude. The fact that we have this Teferi here is pretty swell. We get to go for the end step. Doomsday. I don't have any cards in their hand either. I think they're dead. A Dark Ritual Doomsday. Do they have anything on the board that does anything? They do not. Island. Thassa. Edge. I don't know. Wraith. Consider. Done? Yeah. All right. Do we want to sideboard differently? I think we've sideboarded close to perfectly. We're on the draw. The dazes are really bad. Is Tameo even good against them? Like, it just strikes me like it just does nothing. It just doesn't do really anything. But maybe on the draw, we can go up a couple of Tameos. Although we could even just play like Swords to Plowshares for their like glaring Flesh Rakers. I don't mind having access to a plow in that case. Yeah, I think I might still just run one Tameo. I'll bring in both the plows. Nah. I actually don't mind 3 Tameos here. Let's do that. Let's see what we can do here. The fact that we could do the end of turn Doomsday there with Teferi was like so good for us. If we didn't have Teferi out, we would have lost that game to the constructs, right? Because if we cast Doomsday on our turn, we have our life. And then we get fucking beaten to death for 14 damage off their dumb constructs. But because we can do it in end step, we like don't lose. We don't have ourselves until the last possible second. This hand's looking for a Doomsday pretty hard. If there's just a Doomsday on top of our deck, this hand is the absolute nutter butters. But what's the likelihood of there being a Doomsday on top of their deck? If there was a blue card in this hand, I'd probably keep it, like beyond Force of Negation, but I think I'm gonna okay. We can keep this. I think we bottom Lion's Eye Diamond. That would probably check out. But this isn't the kind of hand we want against this Mystic Forge deck. This is where I'm like really wish that I was playing I really wish that I was playing the 4-color Doomsday Glaring Fleshraker. Yeah, we might just be dead to this Fleshraker. This could have been a plow too. Hilariously, this could have been a fucking plow. Wow, I wish that was a plow, to be honest. What am I doing? Oh no. You don't beat this card, this Glaring Fleshraker card. You just don't beat it. We're like an oodles away. I might as well just scoop now. We're so far from casting Doomsday. Yeah, at this point, they can Basalt. This Force of Negation has Karn the Grey Creator's name written on it. Yeah. I'm not even going to force this Needle. We have an ending in hand if they name something we actually care about. They're kind of run down. Yeah, I mean, sure. Really respecting Tamiyo, and I just think it's garbage in this matchup, but what do I really know, huh? Not a whole heck of a lot. All right. Ponder. Doomsday, Tamiyo, Ponder. Those are not the chestnuts that we're after currently. We're going to go for the old shuffle. That's also not really the chestnut that we're looking for, but it could be. Do I want to make a clue? Or do I just want to hang this back as a blocker to kind of conserve our life total a little bit? Nah, we should probably start making clues. It might not be a bad idea to start making clues. So we went for a shuffle on that Ponder, if I recall. Pedal, not bad. Not too shabby. Attack for 2. Okay, we need to get this Shieldred down. That is what I would like. What's that going to require? Okay, they're passing. Draw, it's a Flooded Strand. That is going to put us toward the Shieldred. I think I just hold the baby here. Do I make another clue? Do I make another clue? Yes. And actually, I just priz ending the Fleshraker. That's what I do. What am I talking about? What is he doing? What is he doing? All right, let's go scoop up the old that. And then let's go white, black, blue. Done. Let's get this fleshy boy straight the hell out of here. What is this? Kozilek's command? It's the biggest Kozilek's command anyone's ever seen. Jesus fucking Christ. How much damage am I taking here? A boatload. So I'll take 7. And then they're scrying 7. They put the best card on top of their deck. Hopefully Force of Negation can handle it, and then we jam Shieldred, and that's enough, but something tells me it won't be the case. Boom, boom, boom. 5 top, 1 bottom. 5 on the top. Fuck me, huh? 5 on the top, opponent? You like the top 5 cards of your deck? Sure. Fawn it. Fuck me, huh? Oh my god. Yeah, those seem like good Magic cards. What are they going to get? Liquid Metal Coating. All right, let's see if Shelly. Let's see if Shelly's good enough. Shelly in play beats Liquid Metal Coating. They're going to need to find some way to remove it. They probably have Static Sphere, right? Where I'm just like, this thing's just dying, and then we're fucking up shit's creek with no paddle. Like what am I supposed to do here? Snaring bridge. Yeah, actually don't that one I don't mind too much. Blue card. Nope, but it is a land which allows us to cast this force. We need to hold the baby here, folks. We need to hold the baby. Sure. We really need to hold the baby. I'm nerve wracked. 3 turns, folks. 3 turns. Oh, man. Manifold key's fine. We don't care about that old skipper. They can't tap this tomb either, which is funny. The tomb takes 1 turn off their clock. We're just protecting the Shieldred, as Arkin says, hold the baby. And the nice thing is, I think can I? Okay. They take 2, go to 4. They have 1 mana floating. They untap this. They have 4. Target will have 4 mana, which I don't believe can do it. So yeah, I think I can go shields down for a second here. We'll grab the Undercity Sewers. I think we'll bin Dark Ritual. That does not seem like the kind of skipper we're after. Draw, it's a land. I'll hold that one in hand here. Pass. There's so many good cards in our deck too, like Teferi, the other prismatic ending. Can just close the door immediately now. The 1 rings are shut off too with this Shieldred. It's all just about protecting Shieldred. They still can't cause command here either. Man alive. Heebie-jeebies. Do you need food, Audrey? We'll get you in a second. You've been doing good. You didn't whine until an hour after you're supposed to be fed. It's pretty sick, dude. It's pretty sick. Our opponent is so deep into the tank here that I don't even know what's happening. Killing the clue token. Sure. What we can't have happen here is just our opponent killing this Shieldred in the last possible second. We need some juice here, deck. That's not fucking juice. All right, well, we find ourselves in the same spot. What could the Karn get? I suppose the thing we're really hoping they don't have is another one of those fucking Ugins. The Ugin beats force here. How much does that thing cost? 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going for a card from outside. They're going for Mystic Forge. Glaring Fleshraker. Could they possibly have anything from here? I feel like I should counter this, but I'm not sure. If they have Kozilek's Command, I think we just let this go, actually. All right. All righty. Yikes. Wakame pushing the boulder for us all, folks. We are 3-0 with Doomsday. I'm going to go and feed my dear cat, and then I will finish this league. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. I love starting out a league 3-0 because it means we've at least gone up a treasure chest if we screw up the next 2 matches. I had some really tight games last night at my locals playing Is It Cutter. I was actually playing the showcase challenge version, the one that actually beat the Wakame list that we're playing right now. Just some really great matchups against some strong opponents. It was awesome. Got to play against Painter. Got to play against Nadu midrange. Got to play against blue-red Delver without cutters, like the kind of Pikachu version. Then got to play against blue-black Tempo in the last round. So it was just like a hard fought 4-0. It was sweet. Some solid games all around. This looks rather lackluster to your boy Semi. What does this hand give us? It gives us a rampant growth. the good old Edge of Autumn hard cast into like a turn 4 uncounterable Street Wraith plan. I think we can do better than this. I think this qualifies as better than that, and I think we get to just jam this. We're only playing one Thassa. Put the Thassa on the bottom, I believe. And then, yeah, we've kind of got things that we're looking for. We've got a Force of Will. We've got a Street Wraith, a Dark Ritual, a Lotus Petal, and an Underground Sea. There's a Yavimaya. Cradle of Growth. Everybody's just playing Cradles and growing, huh? Everybody's just growing. What do we got? Exploration. That old chestnut, huh? Do we force the exploration? What else might we want to force? They could have Sphere of Resistances, which would be crazy. I kind of want to do it, though. Is this insane? I don't know, folks. Hopefully that slows them down a bit so that we can find a Doomsday. We're going to play Lotus Petal, or sorry, Tropical Island Pass. We are not exposing our Underground Sea to a wasteland. That much is sure. We're throwing the Send completely off Doomsday by this play. There's the old wasteland. Fetch lands? We'll pass. Doomsday wins, right? By holding Underground Sea here. Fuck us, huh? Dark Depths. Doomsday. Wait. Do I have to YOLO cycle Street Wraith now? They can just make Merit Lage. Oh, this sucks. Blue card. Manifest. Manifest. I was not supposed to do that. I was not supposed to do that because if I find Doomsday here, we win, right? Now we don't win. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Wow, just like that, huh? So yeah, what was I thinking? Why did I think that? Okay, we didn't find the Doomsday anyways. And I mean, now they know that we're playing fucking Doomsday too. Oh, that feels so bad, man. Alrighty. Lands, huh? Okay. Kind of sucks that we lost that first one, not gonna lie. I think we might actually want Priz endings. And then there's like a world where, like, I feel like Nihil Spellbomb's just not worth bringing in here. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Daze doesn't seem particularly good either. So we could bring in a couple of Swords to Plowshares just to try to stymie the Merit Lage side of things. I don't think we really want Shieldrids here. Could be wrong about that. I'm going to try just boarding like this. Man, another matchup. Like, the thing with this deck, right, is like all the matchups that are like really nice for blue-black Doomsday get slightly worse for the 4-color Doomsday because you're like wrestling with this more egregious mana base. This hand has so many lands, but it kind of just doesn't do anything. We're on the play here. This one's fine. Go like this. Fuck us, right? Like, I'm supposed to go for basic island here, or am I just supposed to pass? I'm gonna go for basic island. I don't know about this. So we could pass, right? We could get our Undercity Sewers. We could also just say we're getting Underground Sea, we're not getting Wastelanded, but that seems a little foolish. I think we're gonna lock in our island here. Fire off one of those. And those are not the chestnuts that we're after. Fucking hell, brother. Oh, man. Yeah, you got a Moxie D. Discarding Dark Depths. There's a Wasteland, so you did have it. It's just a sphere. Life from the Loam Return. Yeah, that's going to have to be fine, unfortunately. So they're just playing like Turbo Merit Lage now, huh? I'm going to fire another Brainstorm. We're going to have to go any order shuffle. We're really looking for a Darky Writ here. They just had the fucking... Oh, they just have Wasteland, man. This feels hopeless. I feel like the mana base is just not going to do it for us, and our dream is dead of getting a 5-0 finally for the channel. Okay. Do we play Trop? They Wasteland us. Maybe that sets them back from Merit Lage. But maybe it's just like stupid. But it's also, we would like them to burn their waste on our green source because I don't think I actually have green cards in my deck right now. Oh, look, they gave us a Trop. They wasted our Trop, then gave us a Trop. Sure. Oh my god, dude. Dude. Pass. This is like, I don't know. Doomsday sometimes does this, and it's kind of frustrating. They can't, things like this never happen with blue red cutter, where you just have like three big old clunky clunkers in your hand. But we can get out of this, right? If there's a will, there's a way, and all roads that lead to Rome start with Tameo, right? That's not right at all. This card does nothing here. It's just a big old dumb thing. Imagine if it was anything that actually contributed to our Doomsday game plan. I feel like, is this the same? This smells like the same kind of Merit Lage they were after last time. And they just already have a stage in the bin. But like, what's a guy to do, right? What is a guy to do? So now we need to draw Brainstorm into Dark Ritual. That might give us a shot. I think we might get to fade a Merit Lage for one more draw step here. Might get to fade a Merit Lage for one more draw step, which would be helpful for us. But yeah, it kind of feels like we were just never quite in this game. Maybe we would have been. I mean, no, we wouldn't have been if I wouldn't have got this island, right? Because we would have just been fucked and we wouldn't have been able to cast any of our like the second ponder. Yep. So they're setting up for the kill next turn. So we have to draw Brainstorm right now. And that's not good. That is not good. All right. Fucking card. I don't understand why people like it. Maybe I'm dumb and I just don't understand how to use it, but certainly feels rather mediocre to me right now. I mean, like what can we even do here now at this point? If I go Dark Ritual Doomsday, Chump Block with Tameo, and they have like 100 cards in their hand, but it's just gonna have to, I mean, like, this at least gives us a crying chance. This one here will give us a crying chance. We go Thassa's Oracle. I kind of feel like we have to make it the Brainstorm pile here, right? Thassa's Oracle, Brainstorm, Lion's Eye Diamond. Consider Street Wraith. I don't see how there's a way that we can beat Endurance from this spot or really anything else. So I think like this is just, we're dropping a game here, and yeah, this will just have to be the pile. Oracle on the bottom. Consider. Okay. I assume that we are dead. They just need like a crop rotation for a Sajiri step or the phase land, and we're up Shit's Creek without the paddle. But yeah, that Dark Ritual just came kind of one turn too late. And we drew a bunch of clunkers. But I mean, if they don't have precisely Sajiri step here. Oh, I mean, yeah, not precisely, but yeah. All right, GG's opponent. That'll do it. Using the Merit Lage legendary status. We tried. We tried. All right, one more game. Let's get this out of the way. We're on the play here against Azaret. I'm going to keep this hand and I'm going to put Dark Ritual Doomsday on the stack on turn 1, I think. Just throw it all away. And what will our pile look like is kind of the question here. Azaret plays Doomsday. I know that much because I'm always checking the Doomsday 5-0 dumps of people who play this deck better than I do and succeed with it. And Azaret is one of those players. All right, force pitch consider. You got it, cowboy. Let's go. All right. The old Dark Reachwell. You know what? I think I'm actually going to brainstorm here. Azaret, I feel like sometimes plays little skippers like Orcish Bowmasters in their decks. I guess we'll just dump 2 brainstorms on top. That's probably fine. We'll pass here. Flooded Strand, sure. Okay. We knew that brainstorm was there. Maybe I was actually supposed to tuck something like the Lion's Eye Diamond underneath the brainstorm. What if they have Bowmasters? Do they play main deck Bowmasters? I'll try a Ponder here. I kind of don't hate the land. We'll just play it pass. Ruh-roh. This could be Doomsday. Oh, the One Ring, huh? The One Ring, you say? Yeah. Brainstorm in response. We did find the force. I think I force pitch consider here. And then we're going to draw Dark Ritual. And then I guess I'm going to play the Brainstorm. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Let's conceal information. My brain's all full of storm. There ain't nothing in it. We've cast a lot of our cantrips and they just did not find good things. So they're on. We're trying Lion's Eye Diamond. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll play the Trop this time. I'll pass. This is so sad. At least losing to Azaret in the last round is sick because Doomsday's still winning. Okay, so they certainly just have a bunch of like protection in their hand, I would imagine. By this point, Ponder is not a bad pickup, so let's fire one of those. Tamiyo's the kind of guy that I'm looking for here. These other cards, like, really aren't that good. So I think we're going to take Force of Will first. And then we're, like, at least that gives us something, right? If they try to go for, like, some Doomsday here. They have the Cavern out, so we have to counter the Doomsday. And then we'll play Tamiyo with Force backup, and we'll, like, consider protecting it, but maybe it's just him to Turox them, potentially. They might just hard cast a Force on the Tamiyo. Like, I can totally see that being a thing as well. We'll play it with like Vale represented here. And am I gonna protect? Okay, Tamio's just in. That's nice. I like that Tamio's just in. You're saying there's the slim pickings of a chance, huh? I'm really glad I countered that one ring, given how this game was going. I think we let the Pondy go. I think the Ponder goes. Ol Teffers, look at me now. Well, this just can't resolve. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, they could have Dark Ritual Doomsday us right there, but I feel like if they were going to do that, they would have done that already. Right. Right. The whole Doss's Oracle chestnut, huh? I'm going to hit with a Tameo. Then I think I'm going to draw a card immediately. Doomsday, huh? Doomsday? Huh. I'm going to jam it, I think. I kind of just want to take like a force out of their hand here. They don't know that we have Thassa in hand. They use a duress, which is interesting. Days. Fuck, I should have played. They're going to double daze this. I guess that's not half bad. Yeah, that's the thing they could have. I should have played the Lion's Eye Diamond in that case. But, okay. Let's hope they don't like follow this up with a ring. Is it. What's this? Doomsday of their own. That ain't good. What's Azuret up to these days? I assume we're dead here. They just have Cycler in hand. It's a single ring, a single Teferi. There's no Street Wraiths here, so. Oh, they're passing. What does that mean for us? I don't think there's any way we can possibly stop them from this point, right? What could fuck them up? They selected a Ponder, didn't they? So I think we need to like, yeah, draw Force of Will right there was my guess. Oh, Tamio's a chestnut. That doesn't do anything. I'm just going to pass. I don't know. It's a fairy. I mean, we kind of tried. Oh, man. Okay. Against a Doomsday, what do we want? Certainly want Force of Negations and Shieldrids. I love Tamio in this matchup, despite all the bad things that I've said about it. Carpet of Flowers doesn't seem like that's really what we're after. There's like a world where we want these swords to plowshares. I think I'm going to bring them in. Then, but like what's not good against our opponent, right? Our deck is pretty fire the way it is. Our deck is pretty fire the way it is. We can cut Consider against Doomsday, I feel like. I kind of just want to, we could just cut the Doomsdays too. What happens if we cut the Doomsdays? Then we're just playing Shieldred control. Okay, the swords might have to stay at home. Basic Island can go. We just trim a couple of petals. Go like this. That looks pretty sweet, right? All right. Azurets. Doesn't have much protection, but it's got a Tameo. I'm gonna keep. It's got a Tameo and we can flip it. So Yeah, we'll go Underground Sea, Tameo. I could flip this thing right now and just consign myself to being brainstorm locked. I kind of want to do it, honestly. Let's go. Let's just flip the skipper. If they thought sees me, I think I'll put Teferi on top. Plus. Go. The old turn one, Tameo, flip Tameo. Street Wraith cycle, sure. Fetch land, Lotus Petal, pass. I think I just keep going up at this point. Play another Tameo, pass. They're going for the sewers here. We're just on Tameo plan. Kept a card on top, which I don't like. If they just jam Doomsday here, that ain't good. Yeah, we're dead, huh? We are dead. Okay, they're passing. But how do we, like, what are we even supposed to do from this point, right? We're so far from doing our own Doomsday. Dark Ritual. I guess we'll get Brainstorm back now. I should have done that last turn. Guess I should have attacked there too. I guess I could look at what they have in their pile too, but something tells me they're going for the Teferi line again here. One might not work out quite as well this time. Let's go for Veil. Force of Negation on Veil. Force of Will on Force of Negation. Draw Dark Ritual, then we're drawing Ponder as their last card. Let's, I guess, Daze the Ponder. And we're going to draw Teferi. Then Tameo. Do we go for return Brainstorm or do I return Force? I guess I'll just return Force. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Passing. Sure. Delta's interesting. I think I'll hold the Delta. Man, oh man. So yeah, they're just going natural here. So now we need the juice. Brainstorm. I guess that wasn't quite right. I should have actually kept the Dark Ritual there. That was a mistake. I'm playing too defensively. Okay, we didn't find it anyways. Okay. If you've got the cavern, I'm dead. Yeah. Well, let's go for the old All right. Well, that started out very well, and then we just got absolutely clowned in the last round. I could have played probably the second game against Azaret slightly differently. I was kind of just hoping that neither of us were going to go for a Doomsday too soon. But I think the error that I made was not giving myself a chance to draw the Force to stop the Doomsday. And then I also made a mistake when I kept like didn't put the brainstorm back. I also made a mistake when I put the dark ritual back into my pile there. What I should have been doing was trying aggressively to find my own doomsday so that I could go off. But yeah, I mean, this is how it goes. I think this Wakame list is pretty sweet. I mean, I certainly enjoyed playing it. The only thing I don't like about it is the mana, but that's like the most obvious like thing you can say about it, right? Like there's like of course that's the issue, you know. If it was easy just to play Veil of Summers and Teferis in your Doomsday deck, everybody would be doing it all the time because these cards are fucking insane, especially in this like blue metagame. We did get to beat Blue Black Reanimator. I feel like I made some pretty poor piles there. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is Wakame's Doomsday, and I love it. This is how I came to Doomsday, playing Mark Tobias's list. Tamiyo's felt sweet in certain matchups. I was ragging on them, but it was more like, I'm a bit of a jokester, and sometimes I may not appear as though that I'm being joking when I'm like messing around or saying things, but yeah, I think I'm obviously Tamiyo is a good Magic card. There's just certain times, right, where I'm like, why am I playing this one drop creature in my deck when I could be playing something that contributes to me putting Doomsday on the stack? But that's like the turbo mindset creeping back in, right? You're totally fine like lollygagging for a little bit with this deck. It's kind of like, oops, here's Doomsday, right? You can kind of lead on some lands to throw off the scent, maybe have a Tamiyo, and then out of nowhere, your opponent's just dead. Teferi is one of my favorite cards to have in the Doomsday deck, so I'm really happy we at least got to do one EOT Doomsday with it. That's always fun to do that. But yeah, sorry we didn't do better. Another classic 3-2. This league started out with a lot of promise, and then the wheels fell off. The lands matchup, I feel like we kind of clunked out there a little bit, and then Azeret is just a master, right? So mad respect there. The Doomsday mirror is sometimes interesting. In any case, this is the Semiotician wishing you the very best, and I hope to see you again soon for some more legacy action. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful day.